Planetarity has become an increasingly popular term, connecting a wide range of current issues, from environmentalism to humanism, from translation to technology. Since its formulation in the 90s in post-colonial literary discourse, it has travelled to take on different meanings and pose new questions. Those different iterations of planetarity don't have to be in competition with each other. In fact, perhaps it's all about the multiplicity of views that can move us collectively in the direction of planetary thinking. In this short video, we'll discuss a few takes on the term. In the 90s, Gayatri Spivak used the word planetarity to propose a radical overwriting of the category of the globe. She argued that the globe is already associated with hierarchies and universal figurations that shape global neoliberal capitalism. Think, for example, of globalization, global citizens, or also terms like cosmopolitan. In this system, there is nature as an undivided space positioned in contrast to the political space that is differentiated through various enclosures such as national borders. Yet, planetarity for Spivak is not just about shifting our focus to the natural space, it is an ethics of relationality. The way we relate to each other is guided by a particular knowledge system. In this globalized world, the dominant system is imposed and exported by the West. It is one that claims knowledge of and over the other. Spivak instead proposes planetarity as a system of alterity, of otherness, one we cannot make sense of yet inhabit, as she says, on loan. Maybe imagine the planet Earth as a particular in relation to the solar system as a universal. We can't grasp or claim authority over that knowledge system, and as such it reminds us that the terms and conditions of this globalized world are but one of many. From a historian's perspective, Dipesh Chakrabarty lays out in his work how the globe is constructed by European empires, literally and metaphorically, through colonialism and global technologies. Post-colonial thinkers, he argues, have been focused on divisions between societies to counter a universalizing Eurocentric narrative of the world. Now, however, we can't ignore anymore how human history is intertwined with geological and biological timescales. Our history-telling basically needs to be humbled by the deep time and space of the planet. He argues that we need both the category of the globe and of the planet as related terms. The globe describes a humanocentric space through which we make sense of the everyday and fight oppressive systems. The planet decenters humans. We can only momentarily realize its shocking otherness. Post-colonial theorist Achille Mbembe approaches the relationship between a socio-political globe and the sphere of the planet by arguing for theories based on heterogeneity and multiplicity. The post-colonial state, he argues, needs to decouple from Eurocentrism and the repetition of violent systems as an act of abolition. The making of another future requires asking what differences make for difference. He proposes difference as a particular fold or twist in the undulating fabric of the universe. A fold, rather than a cut, requires both difference and singularity. Rebuilding relations through the openness of language is core also to Édouard Glissant's work on the poetics of relation. Here he describes a vectorial relationship between center and periphery. The first trajectory is the center writing about the periphery. Then post-colonial writers of the periphery write back to the center, and in the last step, the connection to the center is severed. In this moment, the idea of center and periphery is abolished. There is space for planetary relationality that ceases to refer to Europe and its claim to universality. How we define and negotiate globe and planet isn't just a theoretical exercise. How do we build relationships with the self, with each other, all life and the earth that doesn't require the terms of dominant knowledge frameworks? How can the terms of understanding be kept open? How can our effective responses to an incommensurable otherness redirect relations rooted in care and respect for one another, while at the same time working against the systemic violence inscribed in global relations? These are effective and ethical questions, crucial for building visions of a decolonial future. Planetarity, then, should not become another master category that lays a strict hierarchy to our being on this planet. Instead, perhaps, it can function as a fleeting memory of otherness, reminding us that each intention towards any other not only takes shape through a particular way of knowing, but also through the absence of knowledge that has been suppressed by colonialism in the making of the globe. Planetarity suggests the possibility to relate differently and in multiplicities towards something else as an exercise of imagination.